So, Andy, what are we doing today?
Today will be fingerstyle right-hand playing applied to a flat pick, right? So things like...
What else? Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So those kind of things. So this is like growing up, I loved a lot of country. There's always country music in my house. And guys like Roy Nichols and Merle Haggard and all that stuff was always floating around. You know?
Roy Nichols, dude. Wait, stop.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen any of that, do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Dear Lord in heaven.
I would, in my opinion, I feel like Roy invented chicken picking.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't what it was till Roy did it.
Okay.
And I also feel like Don Rich had a big hand in it from the Bakersfield side. And then it was off to the races. Jerry Reed, Glenn Campbell, everybody was running with it at that point. But I definitely feel like Roy was the guy that like led the charge, because up until that point, the hottest playing that came out of the country redneck side of the street was more Western swing stuff, Hank Garland type things, right? But that was still done very flat pickish. Those kind of lines.
Okay, wait. Give me an example of like Roy Nichols.
Honky Tonk Nighttime Man solo would be like a...
All right, so the next step that you were saying?
A lot of that stuff was done with a flat pick.
Okay.
And then by the time Jerry Reed showed up, switched to the old thumb pick finger style deal.
Okay. Now,
Never my strength.
Jerry Reed, though, like, can we just talk about a total enigma? So, terrifying guitar player, amazing show, acting. Like, is there something you can't do?
Dude, he's the best.
The best.
He is the best. He had a way of making something funny and humorous not seem as terrifying as it actually was technically.
Terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would be like in a movie with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's the coolest guy on the planet.
Totally.
So, like, of guitar players, Jerry Reed is like the Dos Equis beer guy. He's the most interesting guitar player in the world.
No, for sure. No.
And then was in Adam Sandler's Waterboy as the evil coach.
Oh, my God. Well,
right?
the funny thing is he can pick up, like, a nylon string and just...
And do the thing.
Do that, and then pick up a telly and just, like...
And sit right next to Chet Atkins and not take no flack.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that. So those are some of my favorite videos on YouTube of Jerry. Is like him and there's also some really great Jerry Glenn Campbell jamming on the YouTubes.
Give me an example. Can you do any Jerry Reed?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I obviously was never a fingerstyle thumb pick. You'll never see me with that because that's like kryptonite or something. You know what I mean? I can't do it. But what I did was I incorporated a lot of Pictonite. Can we trademark that? Can we put the TM on that? Somebody needs to own that now. What I will show you is how I incorporated Jerry Reed, Brent Mason, Style. These are all finger style guys. How I incorporated their double stops with flat pick, especially the alternating lines.
Yeah.
Lines that are quintessential to that sound, things like this. That's like that is the building block in my opinion. So let's take that one first. Key A, and as always, learn this stuff in every key.
Yeah.
So key A, what you're gonna do is you're gonna be thinking about your pick handling the D string. Middle finger's gonna handle the G.
Okay.
Third finger, I had to think, which finger am I? Third finger's gonna handle the B. And so, like, just get used, if you've never used the fingers on your right hand for any guitar playing, just get used to playing an A chord and playing all three at the same time.
Okay.
That's entry level one, right? Number two would be like hammering on.
Okay.
Number three would be picking it.
What?
Like picking it.
Oh, okay.
Picking the D.
Yeah.
Because you want flexibility.
Yeah.
At no moment in your line or in your playing do you want to be inhibited by a pick direction.
Yeah.
So if you need to lead with an upstroke, you can. Lead with it down, you can. Okay. Next move would be combining that with an alternating. And just do that. So anyways, it starts going. And then you can start changing the intervals in the chord. There's
Yeah.
like 7, 4 chord, 5, root. That'd be like another Jerry kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's a D7. There's D, rock and roll D. Right, rock and roll D, D7. Pulling off to the, what would be the 11th.
Cool sound.
Now you move it up to E. Now you're up to A. Now you can switch back to the other pattern. So like Orange Blossom Special, a common tune in my household. My cousin plays fiddle, fabulous fiddle player.
nice.
Granddad plays fiddle
Okay.
and mandolin and stuff. So we would always play, fiddle, all the fiddle players. All that kind of stuff. It goes to the second section, if nobody's ever heard it, goes down to the A.
Okay.
Right? And you can use this set of changes, 1, 4, 5, 1, to go over these patterns. I'll do it really slow. Kind of emulates,
slow? I'm in
emulates
trouble.
emulates the double shuffle. That's as slow as a fiddle player would be able to do. Okay, because there's a certain momentum that a bow has that once you do it too slow, it doesn't. It's not right.
Yes.
Again, I think it's important to practice things closer to tempo.
Yep.
That's a Sean Lane philosophy, and he was like one of the most terrifying dudes on the planet. And like he was like, once I know where the notes are, I'd practice it fast and then iron out the mistakes at tempo.
Yeah.
So maybe over the course of a couple of weeks, he's playing it fast and sloppy and ironing out the mistakes at tempo. So you memorize what it feels like, much like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
Right? You got to memorize that momentum. So let's play it as slow as I can. Yeah, even now I feel the technique changing. That's not accurate because I put in a wrong pick stroke because I'm playing it slow.
Okay.
Right? There we go. That's correct. Now let's do the pull off one.
Holy moly. I don't even know what to say, dude. That's terrifying.
I'm playing it on the wrong guitar. Here,
Well, let's switch it up.
It's like I've got the correct guitar here.
All right.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not like. Don't break up the vibe. Just
Are those like your own?
Yeah, these are made by Sir John Sir. These are my signature models. And I hold up the brown one here with the Andy Wood pickups.
Wait, hold on. Put it back down. But let's play this one. Give him a little sample, and then we'll show him the next one.
Yeah. So the black one was the prototype. The thing that I always wanted was a Telecaster style guitar that I didn't hit the heel joint in my right hand.
Oh, right.
So when I get up here, like here's the point: you get past the 12th fret, not only do you not get paid to play up there, you also
and
you also hit the heel joint.
Yeah.
You got your wand. Flip that around.
See.
What fret marker does this thing stick out?
That's about when you get about 15, 16.
Yeah. So mine's at 17. Right. So the heel. Let me hold that down to where it look. Yeah.
But it's contoured.
Yeah, and the bottom horn is contoured in. You can't really see the flat black. The other thing I wanted just something to just look kind of like me.
Awesome.
Which is flat black, flat finishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so kind of automotive looking with the stainless steel. This one has been all around the world, and it's kind of more of the rock guitar and the Swiss Army knife. In the back position, here's standard humbucker, and then I can series parallel. So it's really cool with drive too for like kind of you're that guy a little bit.
Your own pedal too, by the way, which is another video.
Two pedals.
Hold on. That's another video.
Another video. We'll get to that. My own two pedals. Then the inside coils, very reminiscent of like the Steve Wariner Telly.
Another
that kind of thing.
terrifying
Yeah,
player.
yeah. Steve. Yeah, another thumb pick guy.
Such a sweetheart.
Again, like
Yeah.
taking those things and putting them.
Mm-hmm.
Middle is just both, And then this is an interesting position because I love I grew up like loving Jimi Hendrix stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the neck most coil.
Oh, nice, dude.
And so with a lot of 24 fret guitars, you notice that they'll do the spacing like a 22 fretter, and that'll put the neck pickup back.
Yeah.
What I call the wrong spot.
Yeah.
So if you look, the pickup touches the neck, and it's slammed. Same way with the single coil model. So that was a big thing about these guitars. And then of course the neck humbucker. Sounds great with drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, does the tricks.
I love it. There's a telly with a little tremolo action.
Yeah,
going on
and
there,
it's
too.
cut away to where if for whatever reason you can definitely be that guy if you
Stays in tune,
if you
too.
don't want to get a gig every
Right,
weekend,
exactly.
do that a lot,
Especially in town.
yeah, any town for that matter,
Totally.
any town.
Oh,
But yeah, and two, it's like there's something to me that's just quintessentially comfortable. You always look cool no matter which gig you're on with a Telecaster.
Yeah.
You can play a Telecaster with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Play it with the Beatles.
Yeah.
Play it with Slipknot.
Everybody loves you.
Dude, you always look cool.
Yeah.
Tellies are like
Yeah.
immune to being the
Yeah.
wrong guitar.
Right. Exactly.
They're always the right guitar. So, and then that evolved into we wanted to do a more traditional style.
Okay.
I'll throw this in my lap, and actually I'll just
I can hold it for you here. You hand me that and
Give it the
play
hand.
your other one.
And so this one, I don't know if it's in tune or not, but we'll find out.
That's close enough.
So yeah, this one, the thing is like I don't like the lips on an ashtray.
Yes.
So they cut those off. They shave those down when they come
Okay.
from the factory. Same specs with the neck and the heel joint. And then these are my woodshed pickups. So they definitely kind of definitely nail that kind of thing. All those.
All right. Well, I mean, but that's the one. Wait, stick with that guitar. All right. Hold on. Let me put this over here. I mean, I don't even need to play. That's just the thing. I'll just watch you. Look at this. There we go. Now we're demoing both your guitars. There
Yeah,
we go. Ooh, it's light too.
it's not bad. Yeah, so like there's a sweet spot. Usually when guitars get over about 9 pounds, they at
Cause
least
back problems.
outside of back problems, I take a lot of advice from guys like John Sir, and
Knows a thing or two.
Tom Anderson. Those guys, man, a lot of that whole West Coast Uber builder.
Yeah, they're great.
Like they've done their homework, and out of the guitars that when they get too heavy, they're like, it starts creating problems.
Yeah.
Dead spots, whatnot. Anyways, so
Back to the licks. Here we
back
go.
to the licks. Another quintessential thing that fingerstyle guys do, like a lot of pedal tone licks.
Okay.
And instead of the pedal tone being on the bass end, like a keyboard player, it may be on the top end.
Okay.
So let's take that same, what key?
And how about
What key?
C sharp?
C sharp? Is that what we want? Okay, so like in C
kidding.
I was about to be like,
Just do A. A is good.
Okay,
A
A.
is friendly.
so like on these pedal tone licks, this is something you catch Jerry and Brent, all those guys doing, taking the root on top and then playing like standard blues kind of 5, flat 5, 4.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Right? Those kind of licks. Right?
Yep.
You probably play a lot of that kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
more of a jazzier kind of, but like in a country thing. It'll be like the same kind of thing.
Break that whole thing down. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
so that's the front of what we just did. And again, when I'm thinking about this stuff, I'm using all this stuff to be tools to like almost like Legos, where I can just plug and play them, right? So if I play something there, I immediately want to know that I can find it here, here. I want all of the availability of the lick. So when we were talking about in the other video, taking advantage of what you learn, when you learn it once, that's not the end.
Yeah.
Learn it everywhere.
Everywhere.
And then you've quadrupled
Yeah.
the benefit to whatever you thought was a one thing.
Well, and it's always accessible.
Yeah, I mean, like, what if you down here? I mean, it's just a nice little turnaround to put in a blues, you know? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that comes from this. And there's that thing we just talked about.
Yeah.
Now I'm gluing them together.
Okay. All right, do it Andy speed.
I don't know what that is. I just kind of made up a.
Oh, I like that feel. That was a good feel.
That's very much a Brent thing.
Yeah.
Like you probably hear that from like what's the yeah, that solo. What is it? That's how it ends. And that's where that feel that I improvised.
Yeah.
You can actually see like the direct correlation of like how I learned that solo a million years ago.
Yeah.
And then it comes out kind of organically in my playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you listen to a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan, you learn all his solos, eventually you're going to play.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, you're going to play the lick.
Yeah.
So anyways, another way of taking the same idea, me taking it around, putting it there.
Ooh.
So all of these double stops immediately become available in different fingering positions.
Show them what you just did once, like finger wise.
Yeah. So like,
picking.
another thing is like you take Mother Nature's capo and form out your D chord, right? Which is actually an A, right? So now shrink out all the stuff you don't need.
Okay.
A, octave, fifth. That's just power chord.
Yeah. Metal.
Why does it sound like 90s country when I do that?
It totally. I was just thinking that.
Which Toby Keith song did I just play?
Totally.
I wish I didn't know now. So anyways, that kind of thing. It's the same thing, right? Looking at.
Okay.
And like being able to play. All the same stuff. Just being able to play it in different places on the neck, super valuable.
Yeah.
Super valuable. So let's say.
How much of what you just did was hybrid?
Nothing.
Okay, so that was all picking.
Yeah.
See, the thing that I struggle with is being able to, well, I can't alternate pick like that, but alternate picking and then throwing in.
So that's the
notes.
thing, right? Like take your favorite block box.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of the hybrid playing and fingerstyle playing was used to transverse two different strings.
Yeah.
Right. So you get this kind of thing.
Yep.
Right. So I would use like some of the.
What was that?
It's all of this stuff, really.
Okay.
Now play it like a country guy.
We gotta get you and Guthrie together. You guys would melt my lenses.
Yeah, and getting some of that fiddle tune flair.
Oh! I'm glad you mentioned that. So, if you were going to give people fiddle style run, let's do that first, and then a Mando style.
Well, it's really one and the same in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because the tuning is the same. So I would incorporate a lot of those. And when I first started playing electric guitar, I wanted to be up here all the time because it felt more like a mandolin.
Oh, right, because of the spacing, the frets and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the tuning on a mandolin versus guitar?
Fifths, all fifths.
All fifths.
Yeah, G, D, D to A, A to E.
And so how does that change when you get to guitar?
Backwards, fourths, until you get to the bastardized G to B thing.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, just because.
I got a great idea. Let's make it hard.
Now, here's the thing. I got a good buddy in England, Mr. Thomas Quayle.
Yes.
Good friend of mine.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and so nice. Young Thomas likes to tune in fourths all the way up.
Interesting.
So the top two strings being B and E for us would be C and F for Thomas.
What a
So I could play this. And now not jump a minor third, it would be right here.
Yeah.
But it's not there for us.
Uh-huh.
So the spacing is completely symmetrical. So if you look at a lot of Thomas style licks,
right.
They're all like super symmetrical.
Yeah.
So like when I jump a third, I have to move up farther where he would only have to go to there.
Okay.
So anyways,
how much of that stuff is hammer on the balls that you're doing?
all of that was legato.
Do you do the Sean Lane thing where it's like a hammer backwards, or do you do?
I mean, like this.
Yeah, like when he goes backwards and does his runs where it's like reverse hammer.
There's a certain amount of like laziness that will happen when you're doing legato that's in the first finger.
Yeah.
And you have to actually hammer everything out.
Mm-hmm.
But with other fingers, it happens automatically.
Yeah.
It's just the first finger that's lazy.
Right.
Well, a little off topic, but that's okay. So when I think of like that mandolin, fiddle, bluegrass inspired thing, it's like this linear constant motion thing. Let's take an A7 chord.
Okay.
It's not too far away from something maybe Chris Thiele would play.
What's up with that, dude?
Like a line like that. That's all built. That's 100% A7. I don't want to scare anybody with the amount of notes, but it's actually quite simple to look at. Roots in my pinky. 9, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1. And then I shift by moving that up, and now my pinky has got extra fret to go. Okay. So there's a lot of sleight of hand stuff where now, look, my first finger controlling this part of the fretboard.
Yeah.
And then when I frame the A chord, I'm going to move my first finger down to the flat 7. Now my pinky can move up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sleight of hand thing. I'm going to do it again here.
Uh-huh.
There's flat 7. Constantly being aware of where root is, flat 7. You know, this kind of stuff.
So when you do that type of phrasing, are you doing?
You know, like once you get used to it, you just kind of throw it out.
It just comes out.
Yeah, it's like that's something I stole from Thomas about 10 years ago. Now we did our first time we got to hang in person. See, Tom, Andy James, Rick, Mark Miller, and me we were all on Petrucci Forum.
Yeah.
And we posted videos just for ourselves, just before social media or whatever. So Tom and I got to do a clinic, meet in person, and he so some lick that was based around that. I think it was like a D major 7, and I heard him do that, and I was like, how does that work? So he showed me that like it was a hammer on the middle, and I sat there that whole weekend trying to do it, and then when it finally connected, now you can use it with any.
Sure. All right. Show them so nice and slow.
Yeah, so like take a simple harmony. Like I would think more people would be more familiar with like a dominant 7 kind of sound, right? Would you say that?
Sure.
Or a major 7?
I like the dominant sound.
Dominant
Let's go
seven.
with
Okay,
dominant.
okay. So like, let's take this Jessica,
Okay.
but Jessica's gonna have a flat 7. You know,
Yeah.
okay. So we've got 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5.
Okay.
One more time. 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5.
Okay.
Okay. Backwards. 5, 3, 1, 7, 5, 3, 1, 7.
All right.
All right. Forwards. Now, when I play that middle finger in my right hand, that's going to give my pick a chance to get over the string and play the G. G string, by the way. That's the motion.
Okay.
Now look, it repeats.
What do you do on the way back? Are you doing all hammer-ons on the way back?
You need to be able to do it
No
like
way. Yeah.
the easy thing to do is hand fist it.
Okay.
You don't need that much pressure to make the note.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of it is just literally legato style hammer-ons.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
take the same thing. You want to be a better alternate picker and legato, you think legato sounds stupid? Hey, cool, check it out. And have both. Because nothing sounds like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweeping it. Have all 3 of them. Yeah, get the broom out. Because reality is like if you're playing a lot.
Okay. Back up. Okay, so let's give him. Can you think of 2 licks, and then we'll get to the Mando phrasing really quick. 2 licks that are going to help with the hybrid picking.
Yeah, here's one. Simplify everything. 7-1-3. There you go. You get bored with that, play 7-1-4. Have a sus. You see how I'm just changing the intervals around in my left hand to just make different stuff? Like a Steve Morse. Like adding that,
Yeah.
right? That's very Dregsy.
Yeah.
Right. So just looking at everything from an intervallic standpoint. So now look, this is really important. This right here might be the most important thing we talk about all day, is identifying the root and knowing that 7 is always one whole step back from it, no matter where you're at on the guitar. Look, root, 7, root, 7, root, 7. You should always know where 7 is.
Okay.
You should always know where 3 is.
Yeah.
Okay? 3 can be on the same string. Sorry, I'm getting tangled up here. It's just caught up in myself. 1 and 3 can be on the same string, and they're going to be 2 frets away.
Okay.
1 in minor third, 1 and 3.
Okay.
Now, also, 1 and 3 will look like this, right? Always going to look like that, unless you're tuned different. Look, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you get up to the G and B strings, that's where the intervallic structure shifts, right? Because everything looks a certain way, then you have to make the jump to compensate.
Yeah.
It's really important to, when you're looking across and finding any lick, any set of intervals, even if it's just 2 notes, is being able to find it everywhere. You know, that's the different shape. That's what I was just talking about. And it happens here. Now everywhere else on the guitar, it'll look like.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So anything that I'm playing is kind of built out of that intervallic structure, whether it be the faux slide stuff, the chicken picking stuff, the shred stuff. Anything that I do is just kind of coming from that kind of mentality. That's how I get across a lot of different genres without my brain turning into mush. You know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, in the what Where was this headed with the?
We were doing like there was arpeggio stuff we were doing,
Yeah.
and then it was also
It was tied into the fiddle tune thing.
the fiddle tune thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, we ran out of cards, so we got flummoxed where we were.
Yeah. So when this kind of sits in a fiddle tune type of scenario, mandolin tuning, or any of that stuff, a lot of that inspiration, a lot of that stylistic stuff that I do comes from there. And I will take an example of A7. We've been playing an A all day. I don't know why. It's just the key of the day.
Oh, I remember too. We were the easy pick and finger stuff together.
Yeah. We were coming across all of that.
So let's bring it all together.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
And then when you find that, you're going to look for the same intervals, right? But in a different shape.
Okay.
So like here was the shape we went over earlier. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So now move that forward and put your first finger on the root.
Okay.
All right. So like our root's in our third finger.
All right.
So now we're going to look for 3 and it's going to be on the same string. So we're going to go 1, 3, 5.
Okay.
So we're going 7, 1, 3. 1, 3, 5.
Okay.
And it'll keep going. 3, 5, 7.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we can have, or one of my favorite moves, pro tip, life hack coming at you. Take that higher third and move that up to an 11.
Ooh. Oh, dude.
And it's just a simple thing. It's a simple move in the left hand.
Yeah.
But it gives a lot of density and richness to the sound.
Opens it up, huh? What was that last little thing you did? Skipping from the...
Seriously, same thing.
Oh, so you picked it twice. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Holy moly, break that down.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So it's like the same kind of shape.
Yeah.
7, 1, 11 now.
Okay.
5, 7, 1. You see how my fingers are still seeing.
Yeah.
Right? So that would be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be.
Right.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, it's not that I'm looking at things and memorizing the shape of my fingers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to memorize where they fall on the fretboard.
Okay.
For instance, I've memorized that like 7, 1, 3. Like,
Right.
I've internalized what that looks like without the fretboard there.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing in practice time. And that's how you can take 40 minutes of practice and make it more valuable than 4 hours of practice.
Right.
Because if you're just trying to memorize this by the fret markers and you're thinking in tablature format, you're going to be, it's way too much information. You literally can't memorize that much information and have it instantly applicable to another key center.
Yeah.
So like, let's take a key center that nobody likes on guitar and play an E flat.
You're right.
We're not tuning down.
Yeah.
So like, what happened? 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 11,
Yeah.
5.
Right. Yeah.
1, 7, 5, 11, 1, 7, 5. It's the same thing up here, just a different key. I can play in any key now.
That's
Right?
freaking
So you're
terrible.
thinking from an intervallic standpoint.
Yeah.
So now let's tie that into what the lick that I just played. It's something to the effect of. Right? It's our sus. It's our sus 2 or sus 4. 1, 5. 3 would be there. 11. 7, flat 7, right? Now I'm going to tie that into a line.
Okay.
And that line is going to go, I'm going to tell you that I don't know what I'm about to do, but I can tell you the process.
Yeah.
I'm going to descend down through an A7 kind of scale.
Okay.
So I'm going to give myself the intervals of 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? So keep in mind, those are my intervals I'm allowed to use.
Okay.
Now, because I know where they're at on the rest of the neck, I'm still thinking intervallically, and I'm just repeating those 6 notes everywhere. So it's a lot less information than memorizing all the fret numbers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
So, lick that we learned.
You know what I like about that is it sounds musical. It doesn't sound like a scale.
The most important thing is to sound musical.
Yeah.
And for me, thinking scalular, I'll tell you another, this little big hang up. I'm going to pause my hands here. Big hang up for me is like the memorization and more importantly, the instilling of fear that the internet has done using the word modes.
Yeah, I know.
Because here's the thing. If I play a G major scale against a C chord, that is indeed Lydian. That's a Lydian tonality.
Okay. Right.
That's the worst way I could ever think of applying that to my brain.
Okay.
That's a very traditionally scholastic academia kind of approach to it.
Yeah.
Okay, a jazz school's not going to teach you that way. Like I went to UT for jazz, but the traditional side will teach modes like that. If you're not in school and you're just Google searching, you're just browsing YouTube for Brett Papa videos, right?
Don't look for modes on my channel.
It's like, or you're looking for Uncle Ben Eller or somebody tell you how to suck at guitar, Rick Beato. Yeah, so like there's a lot of ways that you can think about modes. My way of playing the guitar and music in general is to make things as simple as possible so I can apply it everywhere and improvise with it. So instead of doing all of this memorization of 2 different scales to get one sound, then trying to understand the functionality of where that works, let me just change it. Lydian is 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Done.
Yeah.
Built off the major scale. Raise the 4th. Done.
Yeah.
Lydian dominant.
So do you think of the key center like G and then do that scale shape and that's how you're thinking of it? Or
Depends what's my van. Again, it goes back to what are you playing?
Yeah.
Music has to come first.
Right.
Listening to your rhythm section.
Yeah.
Rhythm section's playing. You better not play that.
Yeah.
You better not play that.
Yeah, totally.
Unless you're trying to do whole tone.
Yeah. What if it's
so you have to. So like for me, the situation where that's going to be pretty would be like this kind of thing in the kid G. Let's get sexy here.
Ooh. Starlight?
That's how I would use it.
Yeah.
As Rick would say, like that.
Like that. Exactly. How do you get used to knowing that that's the sound that you're hearing?
Basically, trusting your ear more, listening more to your playing instead of watching your playing.
Yeah.
We love to watch our playing. We love to remember things by the way they look. We love to remember things by the way they feel. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's putting the priority on the one sense. It's like, this guy's coming in third?
Yeah, right.
No way.
Ears
this guy should be first.
Yeah.
So like a great way to learn what things sound like from an intervallic structure is to play the low E. Let's go to D.
Nice. I already like where this is heading.
So now I can look from a harmonic structure and go 5, 6, 1.
Oh, good sound.
I'm learning my chord tones. 5, 6, 1, major 7. So now I'm memorizing what 7 sounds like.
Yeah.
Right?
In relation to the 1, the key center.
Yeah. Let's do the same thing with the dominant sound.
Sounds like Doors.
I think it sounds like Copperhead Road. Right?
Yeah.
Now let's take minor. harmonic minor,
Yeah,
right?
harmonic
So
minor,
so instead of thinking of these terms, it doesn't matter if you call it a scale Bob's, Jennifer, like you call it a scale whatever you want.
Yeah.
But what matters more than anything is the intervallic structure.
Yeah.
5, flat 6,
Yeah.
flat 7, 1, 5, flat 6, major 7, 1. Learning what that stuff sounds like is more important than anything. So you can really build your entire musical catalog over a major scale.
So would you, obviously since you know your fretboard so well, are you thinking of like what notes, like you said, the 1 and the 7, they're right next to each other?
Yeah, so this will apply to any other instrument.
Yeah.
Like if you give me any stringed instrument, I may not be able to play every other string, how they work together,
Yeah.
but I can play on one string.
Yeah.
Because 1 and 3 and 7 and 5, it's still the same.
Uh-huh.
I'm a terrible piano player,
Right.
but I can poke around the melody
Yeah. Find it.
and find it based upon this same kind of thing. So this is how I would go about getting more out of my own playing. And I'm not going major scale pentatonic. I would go major scale pentatonic. Right? I would also think of how I could imply some cooler inflection, right? Like, let's see.
That sounds amazing. So are you a big proponent of just one string?
No,
figure out,
I mean,
no, but
it's
like
a-
to hear intervals. Like,
Yeah. And you could do it across a string set.
That's awesome. What is that?
I'm just playing the major scale with my middle finger,
Okay.
and I'm playing the root underneath it,
Yeah.
so I can hear what each interval sounds like.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like it's like an ear training tool in getting back to the thing that this is something I'm a big purveyor, and I teach this stuff on Patreon all the time. Play the guitar, but don't put your hands on it yet.
Yeah.
Think about what you want to hear. Okay.
Right.
If you can't imagine what key you're in, give yourself a key. Now think about the melody you want to hear.
Right.
Give me an interval, any numeric.
7.
7, major or dominant?
Oh, I don't know. Dominant.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to make a melody from there.
Okay.
Okay. So now I automatically know where my root is and my 5
Okay.
without even touching the guitar. Root is a whole step up from 7. 5 is down a minor third. So it's 3 frets away,
Okay.
right? Go to a 4. So I would make me a little song out of it.
Yeah.
What if I want to learn that intervallic structure and I want to have a different kind of song feel? Let's see. So I'm learning like not only the 5, 7, and 1,
Yeah.
I'm learning how 9 will function.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I would think about how minor third would sound.
That's an interesting approach to doing it because it trains your ear more than.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're not thinking about things from like, well, I can here's what you're not wanting to do is like learn a lick. This is Andy's lick from Woodshed episode 1. Well, if you learn it from a lick standpoint, that's only available that way.
Yeah.
The end.
No context.
Forever.
Yeah.
You can never apply that to anything else.
Yeah.
But what if I wanted to use your suggestion of a flat 7 on a melody?
Yeah.
And now not only is it available? Like, I don't know what I did because I was singing it in my head.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you want to get to. And realistically, that's not far off from anybody.
No,
it's how you practice.
Yep.
It's functioned practice in trying to value your 30 to 45 minutes a day versus sit there with one lick, trying to play this as fast as for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, okay, now you can do that one lick for 4 hours, but you have no idea how it functions.
Yeah.
You can never put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the intervallic structure of the major scale is like we were in D, so I knew
that was fast. Holy moly.
I don't know how in tune it is. Let's see. It's close.
Wow.
But my ear was used to hearing a D.
Yeah.
So again, that just shows like letting your ear drive. I know that's supposed to be D. I'm a little sharp, but like that would have been close enough for live.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's making sure that when you practice, your ear's in charge.
Yeah.
You know, and giving yourself little ideas to go on. Like I would say this, like, here's how I would practice. What key? Give me a key.
Let's do F sharp.
F sharp. Minor or major?
Minor.
Okay. Dominant 7 or major 7?
Dominant.
Dominant 7.
Nice. Good sound.
Yeah, great. Time signature. 4/4?
6/8.
6/8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's think about. So I'm just trying to get used to the key. Feels good. What interval do we start on with our melody?
I don't know. You tell me.
9.
All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Major. What's the number one thing that you're vibing on? The groove, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like music, right? Anybody that's played guitar longer than 6 months knows that you can go in a blues to the 4 chord, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Or you've been practicing. When I say longer than 6 months, I don't mean like you bought it and you don't know how to tune it. I'm saying like you've been
playing.
You're
getting somewhere.
You make a waves. Another thing would be like take that same kind of momentum. And now let's go down. We got a flat 7. I'm thinking about my harmony that I would have. I would say let's go flat 6, flat 7 up. So we're gonna have 4, flat 6, flat 7. Using dynamics to practice. You have to practice your creativity just like you practice where your fingers go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's something that rarely doesn't get practiced. And that's a muscle that if it doesn't get flexed, you're never going to be creative.
No.
And if we had to write an album today, we could use this very caveman method to write an album.
Yep.
What key?
Yeah.
What time signature?
Yeah.
Loud or soft?
Yeah.
Now practice.
Yeah.
Give yourself parameters to play with.
Yeah.
And at that point, the guitar becomes fun.
No, it totally did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now he's like, hey, let's make a record.
Yeah.
You know?
It's interesting. It's rhythmically the same method, but oftentimes when I go to practice, it's drum grooves.
Dude,
just random drum groove, because I have a bunch and it's like 1, 2, 3, that one, and then you just play and it's like,
and then
okay,
see what happens. And then now, if you want to take that to the next level, you would give yourself a key.
Yeah.
You would be very specific on that key.
Yeah.
Don't say dominant 7, then start playing your Yngwie licks with a major 7.
Right.
Because you're not obeying your own parameter, your own musical parameter. And then at that point, you have to listen. And if you're not obeying, if I said F sharp minor, and somebody just started playing all of the.
Right.
It's not that those licks are bad. Those licks belong somewhere. They don't belong in a 6/8 groove. It's like being aware of loud and soft.
Yeah.
You know, or loud. Or maybe your 6/8 is like 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right. Dude, just freestyling? I mean, come on.
Just make it up as you go, baby. So that's the thing is we listed our parameters.
Yeah.
So I'm not really freestyling.
Yeah.
I know that I've got a chord change of D.
Yep.
So I played our Jessica arpeggio we've been talking about all day. Moved it up for E.
Yeah.
And then in an F sharp minor with a 9. I think that's what I played. May have been this. I don't remember which one I played.
Yeah. Listen up. Dude! So let me ask you this really quick. This is the kind of stuff you do in your Patreon?
Yeah, that's what I do on Patreon, baby. And we do it in real time, too, which is fun. We do it, open up a Zoom meeting for everyone at my combo amp tier or higher. And then it's on Wednesdays.
Is there like a full stack tier?
Of course there is. There's combo amp, half stack, and then Monster Rig of Doom.
No, there is not.
Starts with a guitar pick,
Yeah.
then guitar cable.
What do you get for a pick?
Basically, the pick is the entry level, and that gets you access to every video that I make on Patreon. Okay?
All right.
And that also just is like, hey, we like you making stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next tier up is the guitar cable,
Yeah.
or guitar pedal. I forget how it's worded.
Yeah.
It's pedal or cable, and or both.
Yeah.
And that gets you an ability to shoot me a message, and I will take your message and make that a video for everyone.
Okay. Got it.
Right. And then combo amp tier is get you access to the masterclass. And then as they go up, it gets into like, you can send me a message and I'll respond instantly.
Yeah.
Or you gain access to like all my Axe-Fx patches.
Right.
Or like, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if I do a session, if I'm on a remote session working from home and I make an Axe-Fx patch, you can have it. The backing track,
Oh,
whatever.
dude.
Yeah. So the Patreon's really great for those that want to take that next leap beyond YouTube content, like, you know, free content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Axe-Fx the ones that makes that like FM3 pedal?
Yeah, those
God,
are good
that
boys.
thing's good.
It's rules, dude. I use the rack one at home just because it's
Yeah.
always at home. But I do have an FM3 coming because we are doing the Dreamcatcher John Petrucci Guitar Universe
Yeah.
camp in July, and everyone on the roster like plays Fractal stuff
Yeah.
or uses Fractal stuff.
It sounds so
and
good.
they're giving away one at the camp. So if you haven't signed up for the John Petrucci camp, get on it. It's a bunch of studs, dude.
Yeah.
Like Tosin's doing it, Jason Richardson, a bunch of monsters. Great. And then of course John.
Yeah.
If you like that superhuman never mess up thing.
Right.
But that whole flawless
thing.
technique,
Yeah.
incredible tone thing, if you like that,
Weightlifting,
there. Beard grooming.
beard, maybe beard wax should be a giveaway.
Dude, it should be.
Clippers.
Yeah, exactly.
Something with a Manscaped or whatever. All right, so make sure you check out all of Andy's links
Please.
down below. And sounds like the Patreon's the place to be. So
It's the hang for show.
I'm coming in. We need to
All
learn
right.
some monster licks. Thank you so much once again for checking out the channel. And always, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. You get to see lots of players like this dude. All right, catch you next time.